What up, guys? Fight Fiend Mix here, coming at you with a new video. Thank you for taking the time to check it out. First and foremost, I want to say I hope everyone is doing well and is healthy and is doing okay, following orders, following instructions, staying home during this COVID-19 lockdown, quarantine, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I myself have been working from home for the last month or so, and find myself with plenty of time now to make some content. So here we go. And on that note, I'm going to be posting another video either later, maybe this weekend, most likely next week, early next week, which will be the Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje predictions, or with also Cejudo and Cruz as the co-main event. So stay tuned for that. But this video here will start. It is going to be regarding Canelo Triple G3. I guess asking the question, is this even needed? So, for those of you who have seen their first two fights, and I assume all you have, they were pretty close fights. The first fight ended in a draw. The second fight ended in a majority decision for Canelo Alvarez. So, looking back at both of these fights, they were a little different from one another, primarily because Canelo made it that way. The first fight, he did backpedal quite a bit. I don't think he deserved to win that fight, and I don't think he did enough. By that same token, neither did Triple G. He had no plan B. He didn't cut off the ring at all for Canelo. He basically let him escape every single time. Didn't slow him down with body shots. He had no plan B. He had no idea what the hell to do. So I don't think, honestly, either of them deserved to win that first fight, which is why I'm okay with it being a draw. The second fight, Canelo did his thing. He planted his feet. He exchanged. He even made Triple G move back quite a bit. So I do think he deserved. I think he deserved the victory there. And before anybody calls these fights robberies, which I know everybody and their moms are calling it robberies, they were both close fights. It could have gone either way. That's pretty much what a close fight means. It was very close in the scores. It could have gone either way. It just went in the way of Canelo's in that rematch. So close fights are not robberies. So just laying that out there. Looking at both of these fighters, their most recent fights were pretty tough fights. Triple G had Derevyanchenko. I always get that name pronounced incorrectly. Sergey Derevyanchenko, and Canelo had Kovalev. Now, both those fights were pretty tough. They both won their respective bouts. Canelo by KO over Kovalev, and Triple G by unanimous decision over Derevyanchenko. Now, the plan was for these guys to fight later this year in September. They were both going to have a fight prior to that, but because of this COVID-19 lockdown, that went out the window. And frankly, we're not even sure if they're even going to have these one bouts before they meet a third time. Considering how much money DAZN put in both of these guys' contracts, they're going to want to cash in on this. They're going to force this fight to happen. But I beg the question, is this even necessary? Come September, well, Triple G is already 38. He turned 38 this month, as a matter of fact. Canelo will turn 30, I think, later this year. So, Triple G is getting older. Canelo's getting better. I don't think this fight is going to be necessary. I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo even drops Triple G in the third fight. But in my opinion, I don't think what obviously that's the point of this video, my opinions, I guess. But I don't feel like this third fight is even really necessary. I can't see Triple G doing anything differently than what he did in those first two fights. If you watch those first two fights, they were only different because Canelo made it different. What he did made the difference. What he changed, the game plan that he went in that second fight, that he went into in that second fight, was why it looked like a different fight. And ultimately it was. Triple G did the exact same shit, and he's pretty much capped. He's hit his ceiling. He's not going to get any better. If anything, he's going to get worse because he's getting older. So I think it kind of puts Canelo in this position where everybody wants that third fight, and they're pretty much begging him to take that third fight. I don't know if it excites him anymore because he said it several times that it really doesn't. But, money talks, and there's a pretty good chance it's going to happen anyway. And that was kind of one of the conditions that DAZN signed Triple G under, was that they were going to offer him that third fight with Canelo. So, of course, that's one of the reasons he signed. But personally speaking, I don't even think the fight should happen. I really don't. I don't see what Canelo could do. I'm sorry, what Triple G can do any differently. We know Canelo can put on a different fight. We know his repertoire is a lot larger. I don't really even see it being that much of a threat, I guess. Triple G, I'm saying, because we all know Triple G is this knockout artist, or at least was, because he's getting older, which is knocking people out left and right. A monster. And when it comes to fighting guys like Daniel Jacobs or Triple G or Canelo, he doesn't look as good against those guys. And even with Derevyanchenko, he didn't look all that good. Now, there was a lot of things going on leading up to that fight. Um, there was a rumor that Triple G was sick. Also, that had something to do with the weigh-ins, because he did weigh in on point. He was at weight, but prior to that, he was a little over. Or what was it? I think there was from between like weigh-in time and fight time, he wasn't able to weigh more than 10 pounds, and he actually was heavier. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that maybe we don't know. I don't know, but he didn't look that good. And there was actually a point, I don't remember what round it was, but Derevyanchenko actually hurt Triple G with a left hook to the body. And you can see he kind of like hunched over and he started backpedaling. And it was towards the end of the round, too. So the bell kind of saved him. Um, it's just not looking too good for Triple G. I think he's capped. I think he's hit his ceiling. I don't think it's going to get any better for him, honestly. I think this is probably his last like major payday. He's gonna get that payday and maybe probably take an ass whooping and then right off into the sunset. But I don't think it needs to happen. For him, obviously, he wants that major payday, of course, but I don't think it's a winnable fight because I don't think he can do anything differently. If he fought the same fight twice against Canelo in these last two fights, which he did, and he didn't get the win in either one of those, he's not going to get it now. Period. He's not going to get it now. He's going to really, he's going to have to really lay it on the line and go for broke, like balls to the wall, try to knock Canelo out. I don't think that's going to happen, realistically speaking. Um, I just don't think that's going to happen. I mean, he has a chance, obviously, right? Because he's a hard hitter and he's got the puncher's chance. But I mean, right now, nobody's knocking Canelo out. Nobody, not even Triple G. But anyway, so that's kind of the topic that I wanted to touch on here. I wanted to kind of hear you guys' opinions. If you guys want to leave comments, by all means, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. You can also follow me on Instagram at FightFiendMigs. And before I forget, guys, I do want to let you guys know that I recently joined the FightNet Radio crew with Lee Honish and Andrew Lapachet. You can hear us usually Sundays and Wednesdays. Well, the Wednesday part kind of varies. It could be Wednesday or Thursday. But you can go to fightnetradio.com or the FightNet Radio Facebook page. You can hear me and Lee Honish and Andrew Lapachet pretty much just fucking around and joking around about boxing. We do talk about primarily boxing, so it's not MMA related or anything like that. But you can hear my beautiful voice on FightNet Radio 2 times a week. Usually Sundays and Wednesdays, primarily just Sundays because normally that's the day after a fight. There's a fight on Saturday and we talk about it on Sunday, but because there aren't any fights, we're kind of adding a second show there. So yeah, you can follow me on at FightFiendMigs, my Instagram handle, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Of course, here, like, subscribe, and follow, and then also FightNet Radio if you are so inclined to do so. All right. So that being said, thank you guys once more for stopping by and checking out my most recent video. I'm going to keep trying to, fucking pump out these videos as much as I can. This doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon, so I should have plenty of time to be recording quite a bit of content. So, feel free to come back and check it out. I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll post, some sort of link here for one of my past videos, so by all means do so. Thank you once more for stopping by and checking out my video. Peace. Stay safe. Looks pretty good, huh? But I'm looking at the lens. I'm looking at the monitor. Screen. Alright, what up, guys? Fight Fiend Makes here, coming at you with a brand new motherfucking video for your motherfucking entertainment.